want to slide this and the vertical tap's going to go back to the muscle a little bit more, okay? So instead of being right here, like this edge right here, being on the inside, we're going to slide it back a little bit. And the reason why is because now we're going to be able to pull that muscle in towards the tibia that much more, okay? Okay, so here's that next step that we just got done talking about, and then what's the other one?
Yeah, like reader, like word missionary reader.
So, this is what we're doing, is because we're trying to pull this muscle in towards the medial aspect of the tibia, okay? It says start medial every time, correct? So when they do this, I want you to start down lower, kind of angle up, start high, and then angle down. So you're always pulling in. Don't get confused, because what's going to happen is you guys are going to pull up, and then you're going to come from the outside and pull down. Always remember to pull the muscle in towards the body, okay, or into the medial aspect. Okay?
And then we start at the lower always.
Lower, you're working lower and work higher, okay? So I'm here. Again, don't sit here and hold your finger on this end, because what's that going to do if they have medial pain? You're probably going to get smacked in the back of the head. Okay? So when you do that, if you have to, just maybe hold your hand to help disperse some of that pressure, and you're just going to pull this up, okay? Now, so I just did that. Now I'm going to do this. I'm coming from the medial aspect. I'm coming high, and I'm working low. See how it's kind of getting that little dimple effect? Now what I want you to do is every one you're doing, you're just going to overlap half, and you're going to overlap half coming up, okay? So this next one right here, I'm just going to overlap half. Okay, and then I'm going to come back over here and I'm going to overlap half here. Oh, you're talking right here on this? Well, it's gonna, I mean, the whole purpose of these vertical strips are for these ends to hook up on to kind of grab something. But does it? Yeah, I end up always doing something like this. It's not that I'm trying. Plus, you guys are pulling it in. See how this tape's kind of dipping? So it's gonna naturally pull it in, okay? Okay, is that high enough for you guys to understand what I'm trying to do?
You go about an inch above and below the pain with braiding or crisscrossing.
With the strapping stuff. So, you know, but see how uniform I am? This strip here, all the strips coming, they're fairly, and the same thing with these coming up. They're not necessarily flat, so I'm angling them a little bit, okay? So once I've done that, what does the next step say I need to do? Okay? And if you have to slide back a little bit, maybe to help cover up those ends that we were talking about.
We done with these?
Yeah, you can start. Fill up too, because I thought you'd be the only one. I figured I'd better.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me ask a quick question. Do you think that in itself will stay?
No.
Okay, so what could be our alternative thing to kind of help with this? Because we're going to spray it down, so that should help us out, right?
Around it. It says
So,
use
Lighting.
Yep. So you can use Light Class Pro, this self-adhesive stuff. Now this is what I'd normally do if she was my athlete and I was sending her out with this tape job, okay? So I'd spray it down, do all this, and then I'd probably wrap it down. You guys don't have to worry about this step, okay? This
So what do you do with that?
What would I do with it?
Yeah.
I just lap around it.
Okay.
Make it look cool.
Okay.
And all I'm doing is I'm just trying to...
Just hold it down and you're always going medial.
That's just another thing, yeah, I'm just doing. And as you do this, what things do you have to be aware of when you're going around the whole entire calf?
Not to be too tight.
Yeah, because why? Has anybody ever had a muscle cramp or a muscle pump? You know, because if you get, like, say, this white tip and you try and go around their leg, and you go, and it'll be too tight because once they start running and going up on their toes and stuff, all that blood's going to be right there, and they're going to be like, hey, take it off. Don't want nothing to do with this thing. So, again, when you're going around the calf, you always have to be aware that you don't do it too tight, okay? I put this heel lift underneath her just to shorten her up. Spencer, I taught your class with the heel lift too, okay? So I said just to clarify with you. So that's pretty much the gist of it, but I don't expect any of this black stuff or any of this stuff to be done, okay? I'm just showing for actual practical purpose. She's my athlete, and I did this tape job. I'd want to do something because that probably will peel off, okay?
You talked about laterals.
I did. I told them, I said for the passing off purposes and then for the final, I go 99.99%. I go, I'm sure Spencer's going to have you base it all off the medial. You could have some stuff where it might be on the lateral aspect, and if so, then you just have to take this whole X and slide it over here, and then you're pulling it in towards this lateral border, okay?
One thing to remember is that when we're on the medial side, we